Try this again. Camera shut off on me. See what it does. So let's talk about timeline. I think based on what I'm seeing, July 4th is probably when we're going to need to be concerned, like really concerned. Like if we got to around then, assuming you have money to spend to get more ready than you are now. We have a fuel crisis right now. Gas jumped up 30 cents a gallon from Friday to Sunday, and then it dropped a penny today because I went to try to gas up 2 vehicles last night. When I got to Sam's Club, it was closed. It closed at 7, so it was $4.49 a gallon last night. It's $4.48 a gallon today. So we had a news article saying that Chevron said they will not probably build. There will probably not be another fossil fuel refinery built in the USA. Then a billionaire oil, somebody important being an oil person said that if they don't turn the spigot on soon, it's going to be too late. So that's the energy crisis. ERCOT in Texas is already saying we may not have enough electricity for this coming week. That's huge because heat kills people. I already told my dad if his power goes out for more than 20 minutes to call me and I will come get him. Reason being is I have backup power capability here for a certain amount of time. Electricity crisis, you know, we're talking about 40% of the US having blackouts. It's crazy. CPS here locally just put out a color code. Green's fine, yellow's bad, red's turn off your AC until the power comes back on, whatever. Or comes back on, stays on. You'll have a food problem. Processing plants across the nation have been burned down. The wheat problem should smack us in the face around then. If not, you should start seeing problems. I sent a photo tonight to Gray Man Prepping to show him the bakery in one of the stores has less stuff to offer. So, chicken is a problem. I sent Gray Man another photo of the chicken department showing that a stalker actively stalking and there were still holes. Beef, pork, you know, we heard about swine flu, haven't really heard about it since. Beef, I'm sure, is going to become a problem. If there's less food, less grain, less corn, it costs farmers more to feed the cows. So, now, if you talk about the war in Ukraine, I've been talking to 2 friends of mine that are also retired chief warrant officers, and I've been basically saying this. Russia knows that the U.S. is giving arms to Ukraine. I don't think it's too far of a stretch to say that maybe Russia or China or North Korea will give nuclear missiles to Iran and say, here, go give America a July 4th celebration, or Merry Christmas, Iran, here, go fuck up America. So my advice is for the July 4th weekend, if you're in and around a military base, to plan to be away from there. You go somewhere away and pack enough shit that you can survive for a while if you need to. There's no guarantee anything of that's going to happen, but I've had long conversations with those same 2 people, and basically my thing is I'm scared that Russia thinks it can win a nuclear exchange. The only thing that kept that from not happening in the past was mutually assured destruction. Currently, Russia has a capability that, my understanding is, according to what I've seen, Lloyd Austin says we don't have it. We're behind. Russia has it. We can't defend against it if they launch from Russia. If they put them damn things on a boat off of our coast, I say a boat, I mean a ship. They launch from the ship. My understanding is it's 5 minutes for us to launch back, and that's antiquated information. That's from the 90s. But let's say it's still 5. Or let's say it's 2 or 3. If they launch from a boat, they hit the east and west coast. The whole entire United States, probably North America, is without electricity. So Mexico and Canada, you need to be paying attention to that. So if you're not actively prepping, I encourage you to get on that boat and you paddle that motherfucker as fast as you can. So on my list of things to get done for July: one full cord of firewood. It's going to cost me about $400. I got a trip to the dentist. I'm supposed to go this month, but I ran out of money, so I'm going to have to call and postpone it. Going to get the transmission and filter changed on one of my trucks. Going to have the U-joints redone. Berkey spigots, extra ones, and then I want to get a van life shower system put together for in the event that we wind up without electricity, which means we won't be able to heat water. I want to get 2 solar panels, maybe 4, but probably just 2 because I don't want to spend all that money on all that. I've got another set of solar panels I can use, and if push comes to shove, if the ones I have hooked up to my solar array don't get smoked and whatever happens, then I can take that shit apart and use those. Lineman pliers and bolt cutters. If you don't know what those are, look them up. Also need to get 2 bottle jacks, one for my van and one for my truck. I also want to build the walls for my back porch, which I will probably enclose in August or September, like put the roof on it. That will give me another place to install a rain barrel, which I may go buy 1 or 2 more. I will, once I get the roof up, I can put a 4th one in place. Anything left over after all of that is going to be withdrawn from the bank, and I'm going to keep the cash on hand. So, why am I talking to you about my list? You can see this is a list I drew up after I got back from vacation. June is almost completely taken care of. I got a couple of things that I have not gotten off that list. Got to get some more shoe goo. I used some of it tonight to fix a pair of Teva sandals. I gotta get 2 more oil filters for a car that we'll be driving more of than not, and I gotta get oil for it just to have on hand. I want to get another Magpul bipod, at least probably 1 for sure, maybe 2. So in July I have the firewood. I only went over there. I have a red headlamp and 308 ammo. And then in August, it's WeatherTech cup holders for a phone, finishing closing the back porch, food safety buckets. I'm gonna give my wife a present. It's her birthday. Possibly tint the windows on my car, one of my cars, because it's really hot in Texas. Basically, I have stuff planned out through September, and then as I get closer to each one of those months, I will fill stuff in, but I have a list of things that I want to accomplish. I encourage each and every one of you to make a list. If you're starting out, concentrate on food, water filtration system, and security. Then work on bug out bags in case you need to leave. I've done videos on that, on why, even though you plan to bug in, you may need to leave. Once you get those things worked on, then work on your hardening your house. Maybe a bug out vehicle. That's what my van will be if it still runs. If it doesn't, then it'll be my wife's little truck, which I got to work on again soon. I recently demolished a pool in the last 48 hours. I didn't do it. I had a neighbor do it with an excavator. With an above ground pool. The sheet metal that was the size of the pool is going to be repurposed to go around the chicken coop, so I can let a rooster that I've had pinned up for 2.5, 3 months in a shed. I can let him out. I let him out once before after he got his ass kicked, and the roosters went right back to fighting. So my understanding is if they can't see each other, then they won't fight. We'll see. All the scrap from that pool is going to get washed off, and then I'm going to load it along with some other metal scrap, take it to the scrap yard, and get whatever money I can get for it. I save aluminum cans on top of the metal scrap, and an old dish satellite antenna array, 2 aluminum wheels. I should get a little bit of money, and that's just going to go in a can at the house. Been hearing about cyber attacks on banks again, so I would encourage you to take your discretionary cash out of the bank if you're not spending it. I'm not a financial advisor. Everything I've just stated is just my opinion, so you need to be cognizant of what's going on. just saw, watching a video of a Canadian prepper, and was saying that there's been an economic crisis declared by the President of the United States, and I haven't heard that on U.S. news anywhere. Kind of funny how that works out. All he's got to do is go back to Trump-era policies on oil, and we will go from being a problem and begging other countries for oil to being, guess what? We got plenty. All we got to do is drill for it. Anyway.